Hi guys, Pete from Muster here. I made this tutorial to try and help give some guidance to trainers on how to make workout videos using iPhone and iMovie for editing. So I'm using my MacBook for this, and that means I need to send the exercise demo videos over via Airdrop. That's done by clicking on the share icon on your phone and selecting Airdrop for the device that you're editing on. If you're doing this on your iMovie phone app, this obviously won't be necessary. Okay, so once you've airdropped all of your videos across into downloads, we can start bringing them across. So just make sure that your new movie is up and selected on My Movie. Go to Finder, Downloads, and then start bringing them across. Now you can just drag these across and keep going back into the Finder and do it one at a time. A bit annoying, or you can just select, press Command on your keyboard, hold that down, select all of those, and then bring them across in one go. Now from here we're going to want to use this clip reel to actually drag our videos down one at a time. Now I'm going to start with my rowing exercise, bring that down. And while I've done that, I just want to show you, if we adjust here, this settings bar, that just means that we can like zoom in and zoom out a bit on our time. And it's actually quite handy when we want to get up close and trim things. Okay. So now I'm just going to bring them all down one by one. Cool. So I've got all 6 there. Let me just zoom out a little bit. All 6 of the videos that I want to use are now in. So now what I'm going to do is add some transitions and titles. So first up, let's actually get our title in first. So our title, we've got a whole bunch to choose from, as you can see here. Now these will actually sit over the top, if you want, of any of your videos. So if you want the title to sit over the top of this actual video, you can do that. I'm just going to select this one, drag it down and sit it over the top and show you what I mean. Now I'm going to double click on this. I'm just going to pop in TRX workout. Okay. Click back. Just moving here just moves where I am on the timeline, as you can see in the small video screen here. So I'm just going to click play, and as you can see, that's now sat over the top. It's going to last for 4 seconds at the moment, because we've got 4.0s means 4.0 seconds that's going to display for. Now I actually don't want that set over the top. I don't want it to block the view of the demonstration, so I'm going to select, hold down my clicker and bring that, drag that to the front. Okay, and now that will just have a black background. Okay, so now if I select this and I want to make any adjustments to that script, I double click to highlight everything, and we can see here that I can change the font, I can change the size, I can change whether it's centered to the left or right, bold, italic, outline, and color. I'm just going to make this yellow because I like yellow. Okay. Now it's running for 4 seconds. Now if I want to trim this time down a little bit, because 4 seconds is a bit long for a title, I just click on that and drag it, and you can see that number is dropping. So I'm going to make it 3 seconds, 3.0 seconds that's going to run for now. Okay, so we've got one there. Now I also want to put one in at the end to say, great workout, good job, enjoy, something like that. Okay, make it a bit personal to the, perhaps to the person who's going to get it. So stay strong, Petey. Don't ever call me Petey, but here we are. Again, if I want to change colour, I can do so here. I'll just pop it to yellow so it stays looking nice, and give ourselves a slightly different, I don't know, font, whatever you want. You can play around with that, of course. Okay, so now we've got our titles in. We're going to start looking to put transitions in. So if I show you what that means, so basically at the moment as it stands, when one video ends, it quite abruptly goes into the next one, and we'll go from this video here, we can see bang, straight into the next one. That can look a little bit better by using these transitions. Okay, so we go up to this 5 option bar up the top here and go to transitions. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of options to play with here, and you can, if you put your cursor across, you can and run it from left to right, you can see how that will look in the transition. Obviously you won't have that background, of course, it will be over the top of your video, but you can see what effect you're going to have. If you want it to go blur, if you want it to go from I don't know, like Looney Tunes style. Anyone old enough? So fade to black is probably the one that I just tend to go for. I just think it looks the nicest. So you click and drag that down. Now it's giving you a 1 second fade to black at the moment, so you can see how that looks by just clicking on, and for me that just seems a little bit long. Okay, so you can adjust that by double clicking on it, and duration here, it's currently at 1 second. I'm going to change that to ½ second, and I'm going to apply it. Okay, and then again you can just check. I just think that's a little bit more snappy. Okay, so I'm going to click and drag those down for each, in between each video. If I don't want to make them have to go through each of them one by one, I just can click on apply to all. So that's going to make them all ½ second now, we can see. ½ second. Great. So actually also I just want to put one here and here. 5. Apply. Okay, great. So now we've got our transitions in, we've got our titles, and we've got our clips. If we want to change the order of this, doesn't matter if I want to say, oh well, I actually want to keep these 2 leg exercises apart. I might want to click and drag, and I can just pull these over and adjust however I want. Let's have a reshuffle. And let them drop in and out. Okay. What it has done is meant that we've actually lost one of our transitions. So I'm just going to go back in, click, and drop that down. Okay, so just keep an eye on stuff like that. Okay, so we'll say this is the order that I want these exercises to go in now. What I might want to do now is actually trim these down. So I can click on this timeline here and just watch this video and run it through. I might say, well, I actually want to start from like this point here. You can see if I move my cursor backwards and forwards, I can actually click, and if I zoom in more, I can even do it and just pick the point where I want to go from and to. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can click on here and drag to minimize, or you can actually move your timeline to here, select, and if I want to do a break, I simply click on Command Break, and you can see now that split that clip. Okay, and I might just want to get rid of this bit by hitting delete. Okay, so you can do things like that as well if you just want to take a piece of the actual video clip. I just want them all, I know that all these have been shot properly, so I'm just going to trim all of these down to 4 seconds because that's the sort of length that I want to demo each of these videos for. It's like anything, guys, the more you do this, the quicker and easier it becomes. By no means am I an expert, but crikey, it took me a long time to try and work this out. Fortunately, I had some help and some guidance as well, which just gave me the basics, and then the more I did it, better I got.